morning. It is New Year's Eve and I'm crying because the girl in the drive-thru at Starbucks was so nice to me today. If you're wondering what state I am in, that's how it's going. I really needed to get out of the house today alone and I had a couple errands to run, so I went to the post office and the bank. I ran through Starbucks because I had a bunch of gift cards from Christmas. And now I'm at the grocery store and I'm gonna run in and get some things to make for dinner tonight. We are not doing anything for New Year's Eve. We weren't going to anyway, but now I'm really not doing anything for New Year's Eve. But I also just looked over and realized that I like hit my mirror on the side of my garage when I pulled out, and I like popped it backwards, so I need to fix that. I figured while I had a free moment to myself, I would talk to you a little bit about some things that I've been going through, and by the title obviously you know where this is going, but with it being New Year's Eve, I just kind of decided that I want to talk about this and get it out of the way, and then I want to go into the new year and just try to heal and take care of myself and, you know, control the things that I can control. So I had a miscarriage a few days ago and I am still actively going through a miscarriage, and I am definitely not handling it as well as I did when I posted a video like this in June. I'm taking it a lot harder, and I've had kind of a couple days now to cry a lot and wallow in self-pity, if you will. So I just thought I would talk a little bit. So I found out I was pregnant a little over a week before Christmas, but I had known for probably 5 days that I was pregnant. I didn't want to take a test and get my hopes up because we had been trying for a baby for 7 months, which makes this a lot harder, that we were trying for so long. Yeah, so I had known for several days that I thought I was pregnant, but I didn't take a test. I was just kind of putting it off, and then when I did take one, it came up positive right away, and I told Shane. We were really excited, and I was taking tests every day because obviously coming off a miscarriage, when my test ended up getting lighter, I wanted to keep track of it, and they were getting darker every day, like significantly, and they ended up being darker than the control line, and I was feeling really good about it because the only time that I've ever had tests look like that is when I had babies, you know. I was feeling good about it and it just felt right, I guess. I was right around like 5-ish weeks pregnant, and I got nauseous and was nauseous every single day. And I was nauseous all day. So as much as it's a pain to be nauseous all the time, I was so grateful and so excited because obviously that's a good sign if you're nauseous. I know now that that doesn't technically mean that much, but it felt reassuring that I was nauseous. It was really fun to be pregnant on Christmas. I've been pregnant on Christmas 3 times now, and it was really fun. So on Christmas morning with the girls sitting there thinking like, this is gonna be so great. We're gonna have 3 kids next year on Christmas to do this with, and then a few days later it's just gone. And it's really sad. It's really sad. So it was all going fine, and then a few days after Christmas I had a day where I was feeling the most nauseous, where I thought I was gonna throw up. Like that entire day I was very nauseous. That evening when I was feeling really nauseous, I went to the bathroom and I wiped, and it was brown. And I do want to say that brown discharge can be like super normal in early pregnancy. It's just not for me. That is how all 3 of my miscarriages started. So it freaked me out. It was just a little bit of brown. I was trying to be optimistic, but it was there. And then I was still nauseous, so I was like, okay, maybe it's nothing. And then I went to the bathroom a couple hours later and there was a lot more brown. Still no blood, but brown. And I had kind of noticed that my boobs stopped hurting, and my boobs were like so unbelievably sore for the last 3 weeks, and it just had all of a sudden stopped. I told Shane as I was sobbing that I just felt off, and I couldn't explain to him how I felt off. I was cramping maybe a tiny bit, but nothing major. So I went to bed that night and I slept okay, and then when I woke up the next morning, I still was not cramping and there was hardly any brown when I went to the bathroom. So I was like, okay, maybe it was just a fluke. Obviously I need to go in for blood work and stuff to make sure, but maybe it was just a fluke. And then an hour later, that was not the case because I started cramping and was full on bleeding an hour later. And I know what that was. So, yeah, I went throughout that day and I was bleeding. And then that night I started feeling terrible, like major cramping and, like major cramping. To the bathroom. I've never seen this before. And trigger warning, if you don't want to hear something kind of graphic, like just skip ahead or exit out. But when I went to the bathroom after having these terrible cramps, I like pulled down my pants and there was a huge clot in my pants, not in the pad I was wearing, not in my underwear. It was so big that it went into my pants. It was traumatizing to look at. It was traumatizing and it was big. I don't know. I just sat there and I looked at it and it was so sad. I don't even know if I'm gonna leave that part in. It was really traumatizing and painful. I have a doctor's appointment next week to figure out next steps with my doctor, and I'm gonna have to rehash it all then. So I don't want to keep talking about it, and I want to heal and I want to move on. It's just really discouraging and I don't totally know where to go from here. I don't know the next steps. I'm having a hard time, which sucks. It sucks to say this because, like, it sucks because I don't feel like we're done, and I would love to have another baby, but I don't know. I don't know that I can keep doing this to myself. Like, trying for a baby last year consumed this year, I guess. It's still 2022. It consumed most of my year. I'm usually, like, such an optimistic person. I don't want to cry through this whole thing. I'm trying to pull it together. If I would have filmed this 2 days ago, it would have been incoherent. But I'm usually a really optimistic person. Like, I can see the bright side on so many things. And I know I will be able to here soon. But right now, feeling like this sucks. And it sucks extra bad after trying for 7 months and then being here. I'm gonna talk to my doctor, get some blood work, and if it's just an easy fix of like my progesterone is low and they want me to get on progesterone as soon as I find out I'm pregnant, like maybe it's just an easy fix like that. I don't know, but I do know that I cannot keep going through this and feeling so discouraged and sad. Don't know what the next step is. I do know that I need some time. I do know I need that. I need a little bit of a break to take care of myself. I need to do some things for me, focus on my girls, focus on the things I can control, and then see where we end up. I think that's all I'm going to talk about regarding this, and I just wanted to share it. I wasn't going to cover it up, sweep it under the rug, because clearly I'm not myself right now. I want to get back to myself. I want to feel better. I want to be the fun mom that I am, and I just have not been the last few days. I've been very, very grateful for Shane. Where's that? Get it together. He's been amazing while I've been struggling, and he's picked up the slack. He's just the best dad. He's just the best dad ever, and I wish I could give him another baby. Yeah, I'm gonna post this video and move on. I'm not gonna pretend like it didn't happen, because obviously it's a very big part of my life and I have things to figure out. But I'm gonna go to the doctor and I'm just gonna take the steps I need to. I'm just gonna take care of myself and just make myself the best version of myself that I can possibly be for my girls and for Shane and for me. Most of all, just for me, because I hate feeling like this. So yeah, this was one big jumbled mess. Now I'm gonna go into the grocery store and try not to cry with my puffy eyes, and yeah, hopefully this made a little sense. Thank you for being here, and I will be back soon with some videos of me taking care of myself and getting better. Bye.